The REDMAGIC Cooler 5 Pro might just be one of the coolest little devices that I've ever seen. Everyone thinks it's just for gaming, and I've seen a lot of reviews that just post just how cool it is for cooling, but I think there's a couple other uses that we can use for this. I'm Micah Baird. Let's go check it out. We won't spend too much time unboxing it, but just so you know, we have both the cooler and the clip. I think of as, what is today? February 11th, 2025. They were $64. It gets you the cooler, the magnetic little sticker that's in here, and then also the clip. I think you're going to want the clip, but let's set that aside and we'll do a quick little unboxing of the cooler itself. Quick little packaging. Look, cooler's pretty sweet. Set that aside. Looks like you got a couple different things in here. Have your cable. Oh, this is nice. USB-C to USB-C. That's a plus. Wet wipe. And then this is the sticker that I was talking about. A little magnetic sticker. You can put this on anything. This will be your, how this is going to stick to your phone if you don't have a MagSafe. And then, of course, just some materials. The second part is going to be this clip. This is what I think a lot of people are actually going to want to get with it. Again, it's only $64 for the whole thing. But this clip is going to be your universal clip that allows you to basically connect it to any phone. So clip it on. You can put it on any different size of phone, whether you're running a Samsung, whether you're running a Pixel or the REDMAGIC phones or iPhones, to clip it and make it a little bit more secure. This is what I think is what you're going to need and what you would want to get. So if you want to see this, how this would go together with the clip is on the bottom, right? This just slides in, allowing you to move, right? So this can move back and forth a little bit, which is pretty sweet. Holds it against the phone, so it'll clip on, right? Something like that. Hold it against your phone. And then you have access to your USB real quick, and then your on and off port. Again, if you want to take it off, if you just want to use the magnets, super simple. Comes right off. This is the exact version that I purchased, the clip and the cooler. Now, I encourage you to go to the site. You can see all the specs. It talks about how it's a 36 watt peak performance, the chamber that it has in it, how quiet it is. But instead of going through each one of these specs, there's a lot of other channels that do that. You can go through the web and actually go through each one of those if you want to be a nerd like some of us and really crunch the numbers. We're going to put it to real world tests. So you'll see that in there. But again, if you want to see all the specs, I put them up on the screen for you. You can go through this and actually see each one of these. Let's talk real world testing. At the very beginning, I was just going to start with the iPhone, but then it got so exciting of how well this cooler went, and we kind of went down the rabbit hole. But let's just take the iPhone for instance. When we started off with the iPhone, I wanted to produce as much heat as I actually could to see how good this cooler would work. And one of the best ways that I thought about doing that was taking the phone, recording it in 4K. I did a 4K at 120. I'm not quite sure if it matters between 60 and 120. But we produced quite a bit of heat. In 15 minutes, I saw numbers about 109 degrees Fahrenheit. We then took that cooler, I slapped it on the back, plugged it in, and in less than 2 minutes, or about 2 minutes, it dropped back down to almost base levels. And then it got me thinking, what's next? So I ran upstairs, grabbed the wife's iPad, loaded one of the most intense games that I could find, and then let it run for about 30 minutes and got it to somewhere, I think in the neighborhood of about 100 degrees. I couldn't really heat it up as much as I wanted to, but I slapped a little cooler on there. And again, in a couple of minutes, we brought it back down to base level. So then I just wanted to have some fun. I actually took a mug, filled it full of water. I think it was at room temperature, something at like 70 degrees or 74 degrees is what the temperature was. Kind of stood it up so we could get some air flowing through it. And you could watch the temperatures in like a span of 15 minutes drop. So it got me thinking that this technology is so cool that I just wanted to keep using it over and over and help out my day-to-day life. So take, for instance, I use my iPhone as a webcam all day long through OBS. Sometimes I'm on calls for 2 to 3 hours on single meetings where my phone is plugged in charging and it's just producing a crazy amounts of heat. Just like before, I stuck the cooler on there and the phone was cold to the touch at the end of my whole workday that I used it to back meetings. And so you start to look at where this technology is going, and being a nerd, you dream about the day that you can use your cell phone as your computer, kind of like Samsung DeX, but take it to the next level. Everything that we do on the computers, now you could see the capabilities because of how powerful those chips are, but we always fall into a trap because of heat. That's when your chip throttles. But if you could have a docking station with this type of cooler on the back of it, man, the cell phone's capabilities that we have right now is just endless. No throttling. You could push it to the max. You could do your day-to-day work on just your cell phone. So hopefully the technology gets there, and hopefully you took something else out of this, and thanks for learning.